Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. As you can see, Kisumu is fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to play for you this short clip here. It's around 30 to 40 seconds only. And I want you to listen very keenly to that clip and tell me why you think David Maraga is now willing to team up with Rigathi Gachagua and the team.
Kufanya kazi pamoja. Wacha tu nikwe tu direct Justice Maraga. Rais akiku approach leo mfanye kazi pamoja. You willing for 2027?
Ati Rais
Dr. William Ruto
atakuwa amekuwa voted out. How can we work with him?
Akisema mushirikiane basi for benefit ya 2027.
No, I can't. We can't. Because his values are completely different from mine.
Gachagua?
Nimekwambia,
yes.
Tutaangalia. Kila mtu tutakaa pamoja, tuseme wewe unataka kufanyia Wakenya nini?
Okay.
Kama I'm
yeah,
open. Kama Amini akisema tufanye vile tunafanya, we will work together. Lakini kama mienendo yako na record yako afuati vile inatakikana kufanywa, itakuwa shida kufanya pamoja na wao.
Okay.
Yes.
That's David Maraga. And for those who follow the politics of the Republic of Kenya very closely, David Maraga projected himself as the Gen Z candidate. As a matter of fact, even before Rigathi Gachagua declared his bid for the presidency, David Maraga had already declared his bid. But Maraga decided to take a different path. But what do you think is now informing his move to agree to work with this team? First of all, I want us to look at the options which are available to him as we speak today.
Get me that Bible. In the name of God, the creator of the entire universe, I have never taken a bribe, and I will never take a bribe.
In my view, Maraga has only two options. The first option is to run alone for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya. As a matter of fact, he has all the qualifications. He's probably the best. But if he were to run alone, he's going to be humiliated badly. He's going to emerge probably the last, if you are to ask me. He's the best. He has all the qualifications. Everything is taking. But in Kenya today, if we go for an election, Maraga will fail terribly.
Hiyo ndio mimi nafuatilia. Angeniunga mkono mpaka mwisho. Kwa hivyo nimempoteza mama ambayo ni dada yangu. Nimempoteza maifuta na nimepoteza mtu ambao angesimama pamoja naye. Nataka kuambia kitu moja. Mimi nimesimama, nitaenda mpaka mbele. Ile serikali iko. Vile serikali imeendelea, ile wizi ambao inaendelea.
So that's the first option of running and failing. The second option which he has is to join the united opposition. If Maraga were to join that team, in my view, he might not be the presidential candidate, but he's going to play a key role in that team because he's going to bring a critical mass to the team. He's also going to bring the perceptual value the reform credentials to the team.
The greatness of a nation lies in its fidelity to its constitution and a strict adherence to the rule of law. And above all, the fear of God. A declaration is hereby issued that the presidential election held on 8th August 2017 was not conducted in accordance with the Constitution and the applicable law, rendering the declared results invalid, null, and void.
Song and dance on the streets of Nairobi.
But again, he cannot be the presidential candidate in that team. The question is, why do you think Maraga is now open to working with Rigathi Gachagua and the team? Because at some point, Maraga actually took up an appointment with President William Samoei Arap Ruto. So in my view, the reasons why Maraga is now willing to work with Rigathi Gachagua and the team are as follows. Number one, the Gen Z wave has slowed down. Maraga was actually propelled by the Gen Z wave. It was so strong, for example, after they stormed parliament, the Gen Zs were so keen on ensuring that they identify a single presidential candidate and that they were going to rally around that candidate. And they were shopping around. Several options were available for them. They pushed for Matiang'i, they pushed for Maraga, they pushed for Okeya Omtata. Currently, I'm seeing Boniface Mwangi has also emerged. Previously was not a factor as far as Gen Z politics is concerned. So this Gen Z wave has faded.
That request has been made. I am discussing with various stakeholders. I will make a decision, a final decision, and when the time comes, we will say whether or not we are going through that. You know, when it comes to elective position, whoever seeks that elective position should understand or understands that he can make a contribution, and it is because of that confidence that one can make a decision whether or not he can serve. I have served before in government. I was head of one arm of government. There is no magic about being a head of another arm of government. There are major problems in this country. The main one is corruption. Is corruption, budgeted corruption, and an institutional corruption that is not being attended at effectively.
And because it has faded, now Maraga is being confronted by the realities. And the reality of our Kenyan politics is that it's based on several factors. One of them is the tribal factor. Maraga comes from the Kisii community. The Kisii community have agreed and settled on one man, Fred Okengo Matiang'i. So which means as we speak, Maraga, even if he were to come, he might not come with that Kisii voting bloc. He will still have that Gen Z factor. He will still have that Gen Z support base on his side. But that wave has now faded. So the reality is Gen Z alone cannot make Maraga the president of the Republic of Kenya. Even the questions as to whether they still believe in him is still there. That Gen Z wave is gone. Number two, and this is normally the truth, I think Maraga has now started listening to the ground and has realized that the politics online and the politics on the ground are totally different ballgames. And that's why he's saying, I'm not willing to work with these people. Because previously he could not. Previously he was relying on internet. These Gen Zs were taking him on Twitter, on TikTok, and they were really supporting him. They were really raising funds for him. But now he has left that space a bit. He's gone to the ground. And now he's being confronted with the reality. And the reality of the ground is that he's being told that for us to take you seriously, you must either agree, support Ruto, or agree to support this other team. And because his force is the Gen Z support base, there is no way he can work with William Ruto. That's why he's making that very, very clear. Number 3 is the Fred Matiang'i factor. Fred Matiang'i is affecting David Maraga in 2 ways. Number 1, both of them comes from the Gusii community. And our politics is normally and largely tribal. That's a fact we cannot run away from. And because our politics is largely tribal, the community has agreed and settled on Matiang'i. And because they've settled on Matiang'i, it means he might not come as their candidate. So he has to look for a team to join, which brings me to the second explanation. Why Matiang'i factor? If you look at the united opposition, one man is going to play a critical role there. That man is called Rigathi Gachagua. When it will reach a time when they'll be voting for the preferred presidential candidate, I can 100% predict that Rigathi Gachagua will definitely go for who? Kalonzo Musyoka. I'm saying that because all signs are there. There is no way Wambugu Ngujiri can keep on attacking Rigathi Gachagua while he's a known supporter of Uhuru. There's no way Jeremiah Kioni can keep on attacking Rigathi, including yesterday. But he's a known supporter of Uhuru. There's no way you can expect Rigathi to support Matiang'i, who is also perceived to be a known Uhuru Kenyatta project. So in my view, Maraga has figured out that if I lean towards Matiang'i, Maraga has figured out that if I lean towards Rigathi, and then they fall out with Matiang'i, then I can easily take that space. I've always explained to you guys that politics is all about interest. And the first interest in politics is normally personal. So Maraga is not looking at this personal interest. Should Fred Matiang'i exit, he will have a space. And number 4, and now this is the reality, Maraga has also realized that there is no way he can win the presidency alone. There's no way he can make an impact if he were to decide to run for the presidency alone. As a matter of fact, if he were to run alone, what is going to happen is that he's going to be embarrassed. He's going to be humiliated. So the shortcut is join this team. And because joining this team will add value, he's going to definitely find a space on the decision table. You'll find a space for negotiations. Ladies and gentlemen, lastly, it's all about the campaign funding. I've explained on this platform, time without number, that 2027 presidential elections or campaigns in the Republic of Kenya is going to be the most expensive presidential elections in the Republic, in the history of the Republic of Kenya. It's going to require resources. And therefore, he needs a way, he needs to figure out the best way he can fit in. Because as an individual, he cannot raise funds. As an individual, he might not even be able to raise the grassroots networks across. So in my view, I strongly believe that because of the nature of our campaigns, very expensive, he has no option other than to look for a way out. That is joining this other camp, because he has made it very clear there is no way he can support, or there's no way he can join the other side. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.